Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks and we're here with another update to my LEGO Beach Town Studside Heights. We're taking a look from the left side this time because I wanted to change up the camera angle. But this time around, not much has been done yet with this table. I haven't really focused on it because I wanted to add more mocks into the beach town proper, like the main area, before I move on to the beach part of it. So that will be done. I will have a home for all these other stuff when they're not going to be on this table, but for now, I'm okay with it. And I've been chipping away at some pieces here and there. There's this area that still needs some work. It actually is 3 base plates long, and I have measured out. It is the right space to fit the Lego Pirates roller coaster from Lego Creator. Problem is, I don't have the money for it right now. At some point, I'm still saving up for it. Been saving up for a long time for it. I've wanted that for a while. Get hype. But I don't know if I'm actually going to fit in here when it's done. It'd be real nice if I could, but there's not really a good way to motorize it to keep it running all around. And I don't know if it's going to get in the way of the train. It would be neck and neck with the track, if I remember correctly. I don't know if the train track and the railroad or in the roller coaster track would be right next to each other, but base plate wise, it would be very close. So I don't know. It's a good thought, but it's something I'm still putting off for right now. And in the meantime, I've been adding some more mocks and updating mocks to the beach town. You actually see 3 new things in here. First one, we finally have an update for the police station and fire station. There will be an update video really soon after this one that will go into more detail about that. So I will show you more of the interior to it. It's not completely done, and neither is the hospital. There's still more interior stuff to do on both of them, but I will still update as to how I built the top layer and some of the stuff that's added in there. I really want to show you. It's been a lot of fun. Building that. And it's also been fun building because it eliminates a lot of extra loose pieces in my collection that I was trying to sort for a while, and it's making things a lot easier to move bins around and find the pieces that I need to. In the meantime, I have updated this pizzeria for so long, like several years. I think it was in the days of Double Decktropolis a couple of years ago when I had that Lego town, and this is still being updated. I will have another video about that at some point with what I've modified to it. It has a lot of the same components from before, but in a new way of showing them. So I'm actually happy with the progress on that one, using the base plate a lot better than before, and even using a good amount of space in between things so it's not too tight. And then we have the notable Avengers Tower. This is the tallest mock currently in Studside Heights. It is about a floor, maybe half a floor above the police station, fire station, which is impressive. Here's the story. I didn't really think about putting the Avengers Tower into the beach town except for a comment through Instagram. I threw out a thing yesterday when building the other 2 mocks, and I said, people, it's just for fun. Do you want to guess what I'm building for my beach town? I'm building some new mocks. And people were guessing a couple things that I, got some things right or relatively close to what I was doing. And then there was one person that suggested that I add in the Avengers Tower. This was Minifig Brick Pigs on Instagram. It's actually a good recommendation because I wasn't really crazy about it at first. I did like how other people have done the Avengers Tower in their towns and cities. They're really impressive mocks and even nice modifications to the original set from the superheroes theme. I didn't think I had anything to offer with doing my own version. I didn't think it would fit the aesthetic of the town because, well, it's not really in a city, the way the Avengers Tower is in a city. This is a lot more environmental, a lot more open area than where the Stark Tower would normally be. And I didn't think the building techniques I had would be impressive or even make something of that size. But with some modifications here and there and finding a good number of pieces that I needed, I actually came across something that seemed pretty good. I'm really happy with the design. I will have a video about this first update on it. It is not complete. It does have 5 floors of things I can put in there that have yet to be filled out, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It doesn't look the best at this angle, but on the other side when we walk over there, it actually looks really good. I'm really happy with how that turned out. And it's still going to need some pieces here and there, just to substitute things. But for now, even if it's not the Avengers Tower, it could serve as a good, skyscraper hotel something or other. Like, I want it to be multi-purpose. Like, at some point, maybe be good to have the Avengers in there. But let's say in the story of the town, at some point they relocate and have a better area, in the city, and this building would still be there, but it would be like used for other stuff or whatever the case may be, something that would make it a little bit more exciting and use it for more than just the superheroes. But it's really nice. I did rebuild a whole bunch of Lego City sets. I threw a couple of them in here, including the bank and money transfer. For right now, since I still have the set, I thought it would be nice to have here. I don't have a good spot for it since the pizzeria pumped it out, but it'll work in somehow. If I don't have a good spot for it right now, or if I do have to move this out at some point later, then I will substitute it with a bank mock. I've been trying to make one for a while, but I think I'm getting closer to a good design for it. Make it a little bit classy. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. This is honestly, out of the bank Lego sets that have been put out, this is probably my favorite, or one of my favorites. It's really great design, really clean, great colors to it, and along with this comes an armored truck. You can see it over there. And there's a couple bins of money that I just threw in. I just had a couple extra things that didn't come with the set. I thought I'd throw in there. It did also come with a car, I believe. Maybe another car or something like that. I don't remember the other components, but it is a good set if you want to look that up at some point. There's still a bunch of other Lego vehicles that are around here. I'm going to walk around to the other side of the table, give it a better look over there. While I'm walking on my way around, I mentioned before that it's going to tear apart, send in the clones from The Simpsons. Still working on that. And here's one I didn't quite mention before, but it's the reason why the bumper car mock has been going as it is. It's still getting updated as we speak behind the scenes. How these buildings have now been surfacing in the Studside Heights, and that's what happened to Astro Bistro, and part of the previous bank mock I had. It's not great, I know. Rip, press effort to pay respects. But I gotta admit, it was a bit flawed. It did have a bunch of functions here and there that were falling apart as it was. And I'm not saying good riddance. I do want to rebuild this. I want to rebuild it at some point, still make it in the modular scale. That is a little bit larger than the other ones I've put in here. I know they're on 32 by 32s, but they're not really modular scale, like the right dynamic of it. But I do still want to make this again and make it a better thing that I did before. I have other parts now and better building techniques, and hopefully will make this work better. I don't know if it'll have the sliding doors the same way. It's dicey if I were to try that again, at least in the way I did it before, but something will come of it. And I would be happy to make Astro Bistro a regular mock again, but like a mock 2, like a sister location, whatever you want to call it. Something like that. There are also bank mock pieces in here that I will work on later. There's like this little outline that I had a while ago for a classic style, but that is to be wait and see. Not much from this side has really been updated. We did have a couple more things thrown in just for now. I did build this a while ago. You've probably seen it through Instagram, and I built it partially through a couple live streams. This is Bricked a Lot. He does not have a sig fig, but this is basically my version of him as a sig fig. He has this as his profile picture. You probably know him from Brickitect and Ginblade and Lego Freak. But he has a Technic Porsche that's his profile picture, so I tried to replicate that using a lot of parts from the Go Brick Me set. A lot of the orange came from there, and thanks again to Brick Pasta. A lot of shout-outs today. Thanks to Brick Pasta for that set. I am still working on building myself. It's been more challenging than I thought it would be, but I'm still coming up with something, and it's been a giving tree. I've been able to get a lot out of this set because I'm building a bunch of mocks through it. Part of the bumper cars were actually made through the Go Brick Me set, so that was really cool, and I'm happy to have it representing Bricked a Lot. This is a really nice design. I'm sure it can be done a little bit better, but I'm happy with how everything's turned out, and just having it as a functional rolling car almost to scale with the rest of the stuff. I don't know. It's cool enough. And there will be more sig figs added throughout the city later on. I still need to find them again because they got separated at some point. And I did have some that I've added more recently. I think I mentioned in a Maniac for Mail video that I got Ninja Master 1209 from Ginblade 8304 in the mail, but I also want to share with you Brick Bakery. We've been coordinating for some time, and just as well with Ninja Master 1209, I do recommend you check out these guys on their YouTube channels. They are very nice people in the YouTube community, and I'm happy to add their sig figs into my beach town. I don't have my original sig fig here. This is the original extras sig fig, or the 2.0 per se, but not the jacket one. Anywho, with that being said, I think we've covered just about everything for now. There's a better look at the Avengers Tower from this side. That looks good. I have just enough window pieces to make that happen, but also to still shape around the rest of the building, so I'm happy that turned out the way it did. And to get the right angle, or relative right angle for it, it's still not going to fit a whole Quinjet. No, not a chance. Quinjet polybag? Maybe. I'd have to find it again and see if I could actually build that in. Houses still need work. I did think about putting in a crossroad. I forgot about that. I was thinking about doing crossroads on here for these ends, these little shorter ends on each side of the town. Not really sure if that's going to happen yet, and there would be enough base plate space to make that happen and still fit like a couple buildings or houses in here or whatever. That's still under work. I've been wrapping pieces from that to build other mocks. Go figure. Oh, I also forgot to mention some time ago, as far as sig figs, I did also recently get the Conlug sig fig. Thank you, Kevin Hinkle, for sending that my way. So I will have to send him into the beach town at some point. Everyone will get populated in there at some point. I'm just trying to work on the mocks first, and then I'll populate it with the right people. I have some spares or alternates in there or whatever. For right now, this one's a classic for my channel. But I will work on everything else later on as far as that goes. And here's the last thing I wanted to share with you. I mentioned before this was going to be a double crossway, where there's a curved track or curved road that would go in between here. This was an idea that I had at Brick Fair, New Jersey, that I thought might work, but it's still going to need some work. You see, this is a motor piece that you can turn to wind it up, and it won't go when you let go of it like a traditional wind-up motor. Instead, to let it go, you press this button, and it was used in a couple sets here and there. I remember a Lego Coast Guard helicopter from City had something like this, so it would like lower a winch. But here's the thing. I wanted to try to use that to make the railroad crossings actually turn when, like, I would have to do it manually still, but they would turn after train passes and if I want to make a car go through. So I've already wound it up, and here's a look. Yeah, it's still a flawed thing. I have been testing it a couple times, but it's not perfect by any means. It's just a maybe, what if sort of scenario. If it doesn't happen like that, I'll go back to the original design where I had it with a clip on there and just manually move it up and down. And, hanging on the other side as well. Still have yet to work on that, mostly just for fitting the road plates in there and finding the ramp pieces to cover that. And also, tiling this portion in the middle. Yeah, that's fun. I don't know why there's a snowman in here. I just found him. I made him like years ago, but he's still hanging around. Christmas in August. Not even Christmas in July anymore. Weird. Anywho, that's all I got for today, but thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments below what you think about these updates. I hope you're looking forward to the police station, fire station. I will have a video about that update real soon. And, quick thing, I forgot to mention here, I did take out the power functions that was used for the train. That's why it hasn't been running throughout this video. And I will be using that with the bumper car mock and probably a few other things this weekend. There's a shorter video about it, but I'll have more detail there. But basically, I will be at Greenberg Toy and Train Show this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I will be there with Garden Slug, having some Lego mocks there, some that you might have seen before. I will have the mock showcase live stream there when everything is all set up, and, public hours are over. I may bring one or two mocks here into it with better detail and such. Bumper cars are getting some revamping, and I have not shown that on video yet, but you'll get to see it first this weekend before I show it on video. We'll see you next time with more LEGO videos, and I hope to see you in Edison, New Jersey this weekend. Look it up on Google for more information.